I said annual, and we mean to do it annually. We don't always succeed. We haven't succeeded this time. Trying to get on Dr. Butz's schedule and the schedule of all the other principals at Old Westbury is very difficult. As a result, we've got an awful lot of awards to give out this year. I'm going to ask Dr. Butz to come up and work with all of you, and we'll get started.
Good morning to everyone, and thank you so much for being here. This is, as Bill Kimmons indicated, the first time that we've held this ceremony since June 15th, 2010. So individuals being recognized this morning get 2 years worth of honors. And we are just happy to see so many of you, and it's a pleasure for being here. The first thing I want to do is, I did not know that Phil Giuliano played the guitar. Where is he? Where did he go? Where is he? Did he stand up?
I think they went down.
They went outside. Where are they? Bring them back in time. Now, I really think that was class to have music as we came in today. And I didn't know Bill Kimmel was capable of class. But I think it was wonderful. Where are they? I certainly want to acknowledge. And the young man who was playing with them is Dylan Deljudis. Dylan. That's Tom's son. That's Tom Deljudis' son. I must admit, Dylan, talent runs in your family. Your father's a very talented man, and so are you. Yeah, blues guitar. That's all right. Well, dearly beloved, it's my privilege to start off the ceremony by presenting the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Classified Service. Now, this is an annual award, and it's a relatively new one for the State University of New York. And it's been presented 4 times in the university system's history. According to SUNY guidelines, the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Classified Service seeks to recognize the superior performance and extraordinary achievements of those employed in the classified services. To earn this award, an employee must have continuously demonstrated outstanding commitment and skill in fulfilling the responsibilities of their position. In addition, she or he must demonstrate excellence in activities beyond the scope of her position or his position. Given that description, those we honor today should be of no surprise to anyone, because these persons not only perform their duties with great skill, great competence, great enthusiasm, but they go above and beyond in their effort to support not only the students, but our entire institution. First, to receive the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Classified Service is Lois Stergiopoulos. Lois. Lois is, of course, with American Studies and has been a member of the college team since 2001 and works today with the students and faculty of the American Studies Department. In nominating her for this award, Department Chair Amanda Friskin noted that Lois represents the best qualities of her college and her department, namely her commitment to students, fairness, and the delivery of quality education. In her time in American Studies, she has provided critical support as each of the department's degree programs were revised, and she also played a pivotal role in the creation of the department's new advising protocol. I am pleased to present today the 2011 SUNY Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Classified Services to Ms. Lois Stergiopoulos. Give her a big round of applause.
I want to thank everyone for this award, but especially Amanda Friskin, who is our chair. I'm very fortunate to work with wonderful faculty in my department, and the best part of my job is really loving the students and helping them. And thank you so much. Thanks.
Congratulations to Lois. She deserves it and represents the best that we have at Old Westbury. The second honoree to be recognized today with the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Classified Service is Ms. Regina Rudowski. Regina. Regina, as most of us know in this room now, serves as secretary in the sociology department. Regina has been a member of the campus community for 38 years. She originally joined the college in 1971 and stayed through 1981. She returned in 1985 and has been with us ever since. Along with being what Sociology Department Chair Lee Blackstone calls, and I quote, the student's best friend and their favorite member of the department, close quotes, Regina serves the college in other ways as well. She works as an assistant for the Old Westbury Child Care Committee and during the evenings serves as the evening coordinator for academic affairs. For her spirit and commitment, morning, afternoon, and night, please join me in congratulating the winner of the 2012 SUNY Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Classified Service, Ms. Regina Rudowski. Present you with this. Take it.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for this award. I want to thank all my faculty who I love dearly. They all believed in me, and it wouldn't be possible without them. And I love you all. And Old Westbury.
I want you to know that that spirit is exactly what we need, both with Lois and Regina, those who embrace the entire community, love the students, and I know their patience level is tremendous. And I want to thank them for their work in helping us to make Old Westbury an even greater college. And now, did Phil come back? Phil, come on down here, please. And Dylan So now let's encourage Phil Giuliano and Dylan Del Giudice as they give us another selection. Give them a big round of applause.
Dylan wrote this song, by the way.
Phil Giuliano and Dylan Del Giudice. I always find it amazing when people can play like that. I used to be pretty good at the jukebox, but I can't even play that. Your program calls for Tim McGarry to come up and present awards for facilities. But he's only been here 10 months, and I don't want to give him the opportunity to fail his probationary period first off. So we're going to defer to him and we'll ask Mark Seabold to come up.
Good morning, everyone. I know there are a lot of presentations to give out, so I'm going to be relatively brief. I would like to make a comparison between technology and The Wizard of Oz, though, before I hand out the awards for our group. Much like in The Wizard of Oz, it seems like magic, but in truth, someplace there's a curtain, and in our case, instead of just one wizard behind that curtain, there are many. And with that, I'm going to start to introduce some of our people. Is Ian August here? We have a couple of people I know aren't here, family medical emergencies, but I'd still like to read out their names anyway. Ian. Okay, Ian's not here. Charlotte Baker, come on down. I think a lot of you know her. 5 years. If anybody's seen Old Westbury TV, you can thank Charlotte Baker for that. This is really her baby. She's done an outstanding job with the TV studio. I don't know if people remember what it looked like before she took it over, but it's a crown jewel right now, and we can thank her directly for that. Frankie Juana is a member of our network operations staff, and unfortunately he had to take his daughter to the hospital today. Sorry, not to the hospital, the doctor, so he couldn't be with us. Anybody that's had to come down to the room with all the blinking lights, though, has met Frankie or Damien or Chen, who's also receiving an award today, but he's taking some well-deserved time off. And that brings us to Lori Kinzer, who's part of our Wizards on the programming side. Lori, come on down. Lori is part of the Banner Group, and anybody that's had any kind of issues or needed customized programming, Lori is one of the people you can thank for the help there. Now, Ms. Banner herself, Liz Bouchard, unfortunately couldn't be here either. Again, medical situations with family members. She's been here 10 years. And as anybody who's dealing with Banner in these 10 years can tell you, this is not an easy job to do. It's a very complex system, a lot of moving parts that can go wrong, many interactions with different groups, both on campus and off campus, and she's done an absolutely stellar job. So even though she's not here, I'd like to give her a round of applause. Mr. Chen Cao, who's been with us for 10 years in different capacities, most recently in our Network Operations Center. He's Mr. Systems, basically. If there's a complex problem that we have to throw at a particular individual, he's our technical lead on those. As I said, he's taking some well-deserved vacation time. He's got the week off, and I really wish he was here to receive this award because he definitely deserves it. Let's give him a hand as well. Now, one individual who's here for 30 years, not on the IT side, Dolores James, and definitely come on down, Dolores. Dolores likes Old Westbury so much that she came back out of retirement to join the information technology group, and she's done a stellar job there. Thank you very much, Dolores. I'd really like to have her just say a few words. 30 years, she's got to have some pretty interesting stories that goes back a long time. And could tell us what it was like when she first started.
Thanks, Mark. I just want to thank Computing Services for the opportunity to come back and share my experiences that I've gained as a member of the SUNY Westbury campus. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And I think, is it Mike Yanello or? Yes. Come on down, Mike.
Having trouble getting out of the chair?
I actually like it when Bill introduces me because inevitably he says something stupid and I can jump on it, but obviously that didn't happen. I did realize one thing, we've done this quite a few times, and I physiologically have diminished enormously. I used to be able to read what was here without glasses and actually memorize some of the stuff without having to look at notes. But on behalf of the police department, I do want to thank, I do this every year because I, from the bottom of my heart, thank the community for the support that we've had, for the college for finding these resources to build us a beautiful new building. The department is very appreciative of that. And we are committed to serve you as best we can. Now, the fact that we have a 24-hour-a-day operation, 365 days a year, there are numerous people from the police department who could not be here because they either went off duty at 7 or 8 o'clock this morning, or coming on duty at 4 o'clock, or on one of their precious past days. So I'm just going to give you the names of those people who I don't think are here. If they did show up, just stand up and come on down. Joe Loretz, who's been with us for 5 years. He works on the 4 to 12 shift. Jimmy McGinn, who you probably know well. His father works here also. He works on the 4 to 12 in the midnight shift. Neil Russo for 15 years. He's on the 4 to 12 shift. Don Heidenberg, who works on the midnight shift. He's here for 20 years. Is Judy Jager here? Judy is, as everybody knows, is our dispatcher on days, and she's on her past days. So for all those people, they're all very hardworking people and contributors to the success of the department. Now for those who are here, Tom Lawson. You want to come up, Tom? Tom has been the department investigator since I came here 14 years ago. Tom has been a major contributor to the department, and I want to thank him for his service as soon as I find his. There we go. Okay, just. I don't want to be reminded of this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very well. Okay. The next person is our new day lieutenant. Is Mr. Weiner here? You all know Tom? Tom's at the 20-year mark, and he has recently moved to days, which has made the chief of police life much better. Thank you very much. Tom's an interesting study. He actually, I would never tell him this outside this audience, but I look at Tom as the soul of the police department. He seems to have one of the best understandings of what university policing is about. He's able to disseminate that to the people who work under him, and the chief goes to bed very well at night, especially when he was working midnights. Now I don't know what's going to happen now that he's on days, but he's an enormous asset to the department. Bill Karageorge. Bill also is at a 20-year mark.
25.
25? Well, hold on for a second. I'm not even sure I have your thing here.
You want me to hold them so you can see it?
Here we go. Okay, 25 years. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, 25 years. Congratulations. Okay. And last but not least, by any stretch of the imagination, here for 10 years, and it's hard to believe it's 10 years, but Lorraine Fusey, who is the administrative assistant at the police department. Now, she's going to get very annoyed at me for doing this, but it's a price you pay. Lorraine came here from DOT, right? And I had a prior away from there. And I will say this, as a chief of police, I can do without a pay raise. I can do without more men, I can do without more cars. But I can't do without Lorraine. She has, I think for those of you who are complaining about parking tickets, or special passes, or a variety of other items that she takes care of in the police department, you've come to know her very well. She is extremely fair, logical, and extremely committed to the mission of the department. And I look at her as one of the most valued employees in the entire college. She's just a magnificent person. Am I supposed to do something now? I'm done. Where's Bill? Don't tell me he went to put his blue jeans on. Oh, there you go. I know you're not comfortable in that attire. I figured you went to do it.
I'm just keeping an eye on it. Mr. Kinane?
Good morning, everybody. Two things struck me while I'm sitting there. One, when Kimmin started talking about the instrument he would play, jukebox is not what I had in mind. I figured it was pan flute, an ancient harp, something that predates everybody else in this room. Second thing I realized when Tom Weiner came down is that it was pretty advantageous that he's up there and I'm down here, because between our tonnage, we would throw off the equatorial balance in this room. So that's good planning, Tom. Way to pay attention. I am happy to be here today to recognize 3 members of the advancement team. What we try and do in our division is tell the story of Old Westbury. We do that graphically and through imagery. We do that through words, and we do that through building relationships. And the 3 people you're going to meet today are each central in one of those things. The first person whom we're going to bring up joined us 5 years ago. She always has a smile on her face when she deals with me. Of course, I'm her boss, so I would expect nothing less. Sometimes you have to say it twice, because I know she's translating in her head. But she's a very creative and wonderful person to work with. Would Ivana Rutsky please come down? Now, you're going to notice we're taking pictures because we're never in the pictures. Now, Ivana, I have an assignment for you. Can you take that from him? The second person we're going to recognize today has been with the college for 20 years. He's a graduate of Old Westbury and the American Studies and Media Communications program. Went on to earn his graduate degree from NYIT. Ordinarily at these events, he's the guy with the strap around his neck. John Butler is our public relations assistant, writes our news releases. He actually writes the current every week. I just hit send, because for some reason my computer likes that file better than his. So John Butler for 20 years of service. Everybody knows the last person you're about to see. Penny Chin is a graduate of Old Westbury as well. She has served as the Director of Alumni Relations 17 years, roughly. I lose track because I've not been here that long. You meet a graduate of the college, they know Penny. They might not give us enough money yet, but she's working on that. Penny is supportive of all student organizations she comes in contact with, tries to support offices as best she can. She is our one-person alumni relations team for, I forgot how many, 20 years of distinguished service, as the certificate says, Penny Jane Chen.
We did manage to get most of our principals present this time around, after 2 years, but we did miss Mary Bell. She's over in China. I don't know if she's giving awards away in China or what she's doing. I think she's drumming up international students. In any event, sitting in for her is Frank Lozano.
Good morning and thank you. Mary did want me to give her congratulations to all the honorees today. She is in China trying to drum up some students for us, and everybody knows that is a passion of Mary's. Unfortunately, I think we have a few honorees today. A few of them won't be here, but I will mention their names. Mr. John Champoli, who's one of our admissions associates, is in Manhattan today, working a SUNY Op Inform, trying to meet with guidance counselors to talk about SUNY and SUNY Old Westbury. Miss Becky Evans had a previous engagement. Most of you know Becky. She works in our Office for International Enrollment Services. She is behind the scenes. She does a lot of work helping international students to get their visas and things like that. She's responsible for getting to the airport, getting them here, so she's really involved in that. We have Donna Papa, who works in our processing service. Donna is out now. She has recently just had her knee replaced. We're hoping she'll be back in a few weeks. And we do have one person here today, and that's Sarah Tacklett. If this was a week later, Sarah wouldn't be here, as she's going out to have her second child. Sarah is our Assistant Director of Admissions. Come on up, Sarah. Most of you, Sarah handles a lot of operations. One of the most important things that she does for us and makes my life very easy is she manages our special events. And while I'm saying that, if you haven't sent your RSVP form for the open house, please send it back before Sarah leaves next week. Okay. Sarah also manages our communication plan. She sends out communications to the thousands of students that ask for information about Old Westbury, fill out inquiry cards, email us. So she does that. She's a very integral part, and she does a major part of our job. And while she's out on I have to say leave, I can't say maternity leave, I think with HIPAA regulations. But while she is out, I will miss her, and we'll try to manage without her. And I'd like to congratulate her for her, I believe it's 6 years of service, since we haven't been able to do this. And here's her certificate. Thank you, Sarah.
For any of you who have tried to get a budget line or additional staff, or even no DPS or money in any shape or form, I'd like you to pay attention to how many people Mr. Davis will introduce today.
Good morning. I will not try to top that. I was told that you handle your dirty laundry in a closed environment, but I will get it back, I assure you. You wait till he asks for something else. You think you had those cleaners, huh? I haven't signed off yet. At any rate, I am very happy to be here among friends and some family. I'm happy because we all get a chance to recognize that this college is not run by itself. The administration certainly has a lot to do with it, but nothing can be accomplished without the help of everyone here. So it's good to be together, and I look forward to continue working relationship with all of you. There was a movie, I guess it was 6 Degrees or 7 Degrees of Separation. It may have been a book too, but I'm not that big a reader. But as Dr. Butts was introducing the two awardees, Lois, who happened to work with us as a secretary in the Bursar's office, and Regina, who happened to have won the Path of Pride essay contest, me being the person who loved all the advertisement I can get, I'm just going to throw that out. You know, they had something to do with us, and I'm very happy to say that we played a part in them winning those awards. So thank you, and thank you, and thank you. I am also going to introduce two people who you all know, because Mr. Kimmons has limited my time, so I'm going to share it with my two associate vice presidents, Art Hanks and Dee Dee Dowd. We have about 17 and 18 people we would like to recognize today, and I'm just going to decrease and let them have a chance to say what they have to say. So Art, Dee Dee, whichever one you want to come up, come on up.
I have three people. Diversity around some of you.
Sick?
I'm sorry?
Around sick?
Three people. All right, the first one I'd like to congratulate is Bob Shields. Bob, if anybody has held an event on campus, you've probably worked with Bob. He's part of a three-man team that has been very successful with over 100 external events and a countless amount of internal events. He's always there. He also helped a lot in the Panther Pride program. So if you see him either tooling around in his little golf cart or hustling tables and chairs for an event that might be needing something additional, he's always there to help. So I just want to congratulate Bob. Let's see what we got here. Okay, the second one is, as some of you may know, I also wear another hat as a Research Foundation Operations Manager. And today I have the privilege to talk about two folks. Actually, one, Federico Savalas, Casaves, sorry, is not here right now. He had a medical emergency, so wasn't able to make it. And the second one, since I don't directly work with her, I've asked Art Kalish to come up and say a couple of quick words about the second attendee. If he's here, is Art here?
Thank you, Art. It's a pair of arts. I've been here for about 10 months. I took over for Dr. Lee. However, the job would have been impossible if not for the person I'm going to introduce. It's Mimi Schneer, who really ran the program when Dr. Lee was here, which made me be willing to take on the job because he made it look so easy. And that's because she did all the work. And she continues to do all that work and is doing a wonderful job. We've managed to continue all of the programs that he has started. As of 26 years ago, 20 years ago, this is a long-running program. And Mimi is now here for 5 years, and why don't you come on down?
afternoon, good morning. First, I want to let you know that Glenn didn't tell me there's any picture taking involved in this event. So I've got quite a number of people from Budget and Finance and Bursar and our new family members of the Financial Aid Office. Today, the first people I'd like to honor are Carol Mahoney, who's my secretary, who is out on vacation this week. She's been here for 15 years. She's just a great person, Carol. She's good handling people, working customer service, handling phones, and she jumps in wherever you need to have anything done. The next person is Mike Zagorski, our budget director, who maybe a lot of people don't know Mike, and especially with how the budget is. He's very quiet. He sits in a corner, juggling numbers all over the place, and lots of times we get them right, which is always a good thing. Mike's been here 10 years. Mike, are you here? Oops. Congratulations. Our next speaker. The next group of people are from our Bursar's office. The first person is Susan Anderson. She's been here for 20 years. I think you just have to thank somebody who stayed in the Bursar's office for 20 years. It's a good thing. She has 2 boys. She juggles home life, family life, children back and forth, and she just does a great job. She handles students, she's patient with them, and listens to their stories over and over and over again. Congratulations, Sue. Our next person is Helen Smith in the Bursar's office. She's been here 20 years. Helen started her career at Old Westbury in working with Dr. Lee in the Math Center. I first had the pleasure of working with her when we would collect money for Dr. Lee's Islamicon conference, and that's how we met. She was the one who would always coordinate and kept Dr. Lee on track, and we were able to collect the money. She then moved to personnel for a short time, and she's been in Bursar's office now, and she's a great help to students. She's good. Oh, and then again, for somebody who shows up every day and stays that long, it's a good thing. Okay, our next person is the assistant bursar, Cy Hack, who's been in the bursar's office, been here for 5 years, who has learned the ropes of the bursar's office. Again, juggles family and children with a working life, and it's become that fact of life between everybody now. There's not just a mother juggling children, it's a father juggling children back and forth. So I like to thank Cy. He's works well with students and staff, and again, when we're on the firing line during registrations, he's there to step up to the plate. Okay, our next person from the Bursar's office is Andrea McAuliffe. She has been She's been with the Bursar's office for 5 years now. She's at the front line with students at the window, taking deposits from other people on campus. Lena's always stressed customer service in the Bursar's office and other offices, and we like to say that we try to personify that in the Bursar's office and try to help students as much as we can, and Andrea is one of the key people that does that. Okay, the next group of people is from our financial aid office, who, as I said, has just come under the wings of the business and finance. The first person I'd like to honor is Lorraine Cardenas. She's been here for 30 years. Lorraine started her career in Old Westbury when I first met her, in the Office of Computer Services. And then she decided that she needed to meet more people and interact with more students and fine-tuned her customer service skills and moved over to financial aid. And that, her supervisor says that Lorraine interacts with just about every department on campus, as well as served on numerous committees. She's to be commended for her work and outside work to the Old Westbury community. One of her strengths lies in her thoroughness, whether it is an explanation to students or providing training, explanation on procedures to colleagues. So I thank you for your years of service. The next person is Amal I'm going to say this wrong, Lahardy. He is a financial aid, the loan counselor in financial aid, but he can't be with us today. So he has 25 years of service at SUNY Westbury. And he has the honor of being the only male in the totally female-dominated financial aid office, which can be good or bad. Next person we have is Dee Durrell. She's been in financial aid for 20 years. Dee is the person who is the first face of financial aid. She handles the call, she's the person at the window, and her supervisor says that she's referred to as a customer service personified. She's incredibly dedicated, takes on more than required, and always goes above and beyond. Congratulations. Our next person is Patty Mateo. She is a financial aid counselor. She's been with the college for 15 years. Again, those people that know financial aid knows it takes a lot of dedication, and for 15 years to do a great job that they do, impacting students and dealing with students during the registration process, and trying to get all their aid in place so that they don't have trouble, it's a good thing. And the last person, though not least, is Miss Millie O'Keefe. She is the Director of Financial Aid. Millie's been on campus for 5 years, and even though she just started reporting to Budget and Finance, we've worked together since she came on campus. We always had to work together between Bursar and Financial Aid, but about 2 years ago, when this thing called direct loans came in, we became even more friendly, whether we liked it or not. Millie has a very difficult job on campus. It's one of the, as I said, Bursar and Financial Aid are one of the busiest offices on campus, and handle students, over the 4,400 students, over 70% come through financial aid in some way, shape, or form. So they're touching them in some way or manner. So congratulations, Millie. Thanks. Thank you.
As I was sitting down there, I was trying to think about a retort to Mr. Kimmons, but nothing clean came to mind. So, I do remember when we were trying to first do the Panther Pride statue, the statue out there in the Panther Pride Plaza. Bill said, "Why put a panther up there? Why not a man?" Something like wrote in the Thinker or Kimmons the Mumbler, but whatever it may have been. I told him he was already petrified, so we didn't need to do that. The next three people I'd like to acknowledge and share some of my personal feelings about them with you are three people who I depend on quite a lot. And all three are being honored today. One, Miss Randy Harris, two, Dee Dee Dowd, and three, Art Hanks. These are the people I depend upon the most to keep the division going the way it should be going, and also for keeping me in place when I come up with some off-the-wall idea. They kind of balance it off and put some reality check back into it. First, I'd like to call up Miss Randy Harris. Randy. To most of you, Randy is known as Mrs. Panther Bride for obvious reasons. Panther Bride cannot go on without Randy Harris doing the things that she does, coordinating all of the activities, beating a path down to all of the vendors to support us with sponsorships and scholarships. So that's the part of her you know. But to me, she's much more than that, and again, I want to share some of that with you. But I didn't just do it on my own. I went out and canvassed the campus and asked some people what they thought about Randy. And and I asked them, what should I do? So what they told me to do is just take everybody's name or whatever it may be and just think of the first word that comes to you, and this is what Randy is. So I asked some people. Some people say ruthless. R is ruthless. Ruthless Randy. Ruthless in her pursuit. As far as following up on everything that I ask her to do. You can ask Bill, you can ask Chief, you can ask anybody else. If I ask her to do it, she does it in a manner that is required, and she doesn't smile about it, and she does certainly do that. Others says she's anxious. She always wants to get something and move and do this and do that. And believe me, that anxiety, it rolls down to me somehow, some way, and I have to listen to whatever it is to be. She's also a nagger, and I said that very slowly. A nagger. She will nag you. She will nag you. Oh, I mean, I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand, but she will nag you. Oh, and she does that 360. Drama queen? Mm-hmm. Don't know that part about her. And intractable, the I, Randy. Ruthless, anxious, nagger, dramatic, and intractable. But to me, she's a responsible individual, very, very much responsible, and I do appreciate that. She's very accountable in all that she does, and she makes sure that I too understand where she is at all times in the assignments that she has for me, as well as for other members of the division. She is the nucleus of our operation. She pulls everything together. She tells me where I should be, when I should be, and she keeps me where I need to be. And she handles all of our internal publications, and she does the bulletin board. Many of you may have seen the boards around in front of the theater and so forth. If you're ever down near the business and finance area and you see the bulletin board, it's always full with very, very informative and inspiring information. So take your time, and all that is attributable to Randy. She's diligent, very much diligent in all that she does. And I'm telling you, during many days, we've both been here very long, trying to get an assignment that had to be done, deadline that had to be met, and Randy was there to help me, and I do appreciate that. And she's very informative, as I said before. I put all that together. That's what she means to me. She's a very important person in our operations, and I'd just like to acknowledge you for your 5 years of service. Ms. Randy Harris, congratulations. Oh, you want, which side?